Hi, what new possibilities will you create? Today's guests will share their story and provide insight. From my network to yours, let's get to it.
I'm Captain Mowbray, author, motivational speaker, career consultant. When you have a mental game plan for change, you're ready for anything.
So I'm going to say that again. Live in the present moments with a present mindset. Let's put it there. If you're giving energy to things that don't serve you, your light field is being depleted.
Listen to understand. It helps you understand the other mindsets.
Fiction books are fun to me because they're able to take you out of the world, which is why I like to read them.
I am Ron T. Young. I'm a actor, photographer, director, graphic designer.
And so for me, I decided a long time ago that I wanted good memories. But I didn't know that this was what I was going to be doing. I did know I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I did not know what that meant. This was very surprising to me. Say yes as much as you can.
Probably would appreciate if I reach out to them and say hi. So I'll just text them and be like, hey, just want to check and make sure you and the family are good.
Take responsibility and handle that to the best of our ability.
Just to make sure that, this isolation period, they don't feel isolated.
I'm Jamil Shabazz, also known as J Styles here in Seattle. As happy as an individual as I am inside, sometimes you watch television, man, it can just start to dampen your spirit. We could blame this on the pandemic or whatever, but the reality is a lot of us would still be functioning if we weren't ordered to stay home. As it says in the Quran, which is the book that Muslims read, fasting was prescribed for you so that you may learn self-restraint. And you need self-discipline to run. You need physical and mental, spiritual. You need all the strength in the world when you run. We look at a rat as being nasty.
Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Shoot.
It had something to do with finding the exact.
Keep going.
No, it had to do with finding. What if you don't know? What if you don't know, or you feel that you don't know? So that's actually the work that I've trained myself to do, is to listen.
The question was how. Like, to your point, we don't know, but why do we do what we do regarding to try to be something that we're not? Why does that become so innate as a behavior?
Well, you and I, all of us, this society trains us to be followers, not to be leaders. So we're supposed to, go to school, get an education, and have someone show us the way, right? Someone is supposed to show us the way, and then we'll follow that path. And that's all of us. That includes me. I mean, they showed me the way for, I've been a university professor now for over 31 years, right? So I'm in the business of showing people the way, you might say.
Yeah.
And I followed the way that was shown to me until I decided that it was taking me further and further away from what my heart was telling me I wanted to do. So there's not like something wrong. I mean, that's just the way we're trained.
Yeah.
Like that. The point of this conversation, as I see it anyway, is that if you can surrender, the idea that you have it figured out, that you know what to do because you've been trained to know what to do. If you can set that aside and actually sort of begin an inquiry into yourself, that inquiry that begins to ask, if what I know is not, just for a moment, if what I think I know, perhaps, is it possible, like an inquiry, is it possible that what I think I know and what I have figured out and what other people have told me is the right way, is it possible that there might be an alternative? That there might be another way, that there might be something I've missed.
Yeah.
If you can set that aside for a while, then it opens the possibility for discovery, right, of what's underneath, of what's actually there that might be even, I assert, all of us have this seed that's been planted by the Creator. So that, you want to take a look and see, what kind of seed was that? Was that a pumpkin seed? Banana seed? I mean, let me take a look, And it's what's powerful about this, Jesse, is that that particular seed that was planted by the universe, and you don't even have to be religious about this. You can think of it in terms of the universe conspiring with over thousands of years, decades, if you're like, you can't count beyond decades. Okay, let's say a century, at least you can count a century. But I mean, conspiring over thousands of years to bring together your grandparents and your great grandparents, and then your mother and your father and all of these people to create you. Okay, and then you have something that you want to do. Well, I would say, maybe the universe wanted you to do whatever it is that's put in your heart to do, that it's motivating you to do, that keeps for showing up for you over and over and over again. Like, oh, that's interesting. I feel like I want to go that way. But if you can get the butt out of the way and take a look at what is that's calling,
yes,
you can escape from what some of us would call, in our work, we call it the morass. So all of the influences and this is everything you've learned, everything you've been socialized to, everything, even your experience. Because look, if you had an experience and it didn't go the way you wanted to go, then you use that as a reason for not trying again.
Yes.
That's part of the morass. Rather than saying, oh, I had this experience, let me see what I learned from it on my way to getting to where I'm going to go, right? Where the universe is still calling me to go, right? So I hope that answers the question of why we're like this. It's the human condition. It's not one of us, we're all the same way. Now, what you had an opportunity to have, and what Richard and I and many others have had the opportunity to have, is we've given ourselves an opportunity to look. You really have to create an opportunity, like stop. Stop. We stopped for 3 days. We did this thing called the Landmark Forum. And in that stopping, we were able to take a look at what we had constructed for our lives, just looking, and then take a second look and say, do we really still need that? Is that what we want? Is this the way we want to live our life going forward? And so once you've gotten all the stuff you made up about how it's supposed to be out of the way, at least bracket it. Richard used that word, bracket it, so you can take a look. You discover something, and I'll tell you, I'll say what it is. I think we all know what it is. Well, it's that you discover that nothing needs to be the way it is. Nothing is etched in ink. Nothing. So if nothing needs to be the way it is, then what opens up for you? Well, the possibility of creating whatever you want. The possibility of joy. How about joy? Richard talking about love. How about joy? How about spontaneity? How about energy? How about vitality? How about full self-expression? How about love? How about caring? How about compassion? You get all those possibilities all of a sudden if you can get all that other stuff out of the way. Full self-expression. This person that you see me being now, they're like, why is he laughing so much? How come he's having so much fun? I'm having fun because I'm not fettered by, Dr. Michael Leslie, you're supposed to sit in your chair and be erect, and don't talk too loud, and make sure that people know that you have a PhD, and I don't need any of that stuff anymore because I have access to myself. Actually, I'll bet you most of you who are on this call, because you're like me, that's where I can say it, because we're all the same. I bet most of you who are on this call are thinking that there's something wrong with you. Not like something's wrong with me, but like there's something, not quite, like I use mine. I have a visual aid. So you see this hand here, that's my right hand, and as you can see, the thumb is missing from where there's normally a thumb. So I'll put it closer. Those of you who want to look at it, I got to look at it myself too, kind of like looking at it. So it's like, So I made up a whole story. I'm deformed. I don't have a full body like everybody else. Therefore, and then you can follow with that. I can't have the kind of girlfriend I want. I won't be able to succeed in my career the way other people succeeded. Nobody really likes me. And you go on and on with that. That's what I meant by the kind of, things that we make. So there's something that each one of you on this call has made up about. When I say made up, I use that as a scientific term, okay? that you created a story about yourself that you're living out of. I'm too fat, I'm too old, I'm too something. And that is the thing that's disempowering you in the pursuit of your objective, because you think, well, if there's something wrong with me, obviously I can't pursue what I want to do because, there's something wrong, right? You want to, that has to be gotten out of the way before you are the beauty that you are, the magnificence that you are, the hope that you are for the world, the skill that you are, the love that you are, the potential that you are as a contribution to the world cannot emerge as long as you're living out this story that there's something wrong with you.
Can we acknowledge?
And I know there's something wrong with you. If you're not delivering on your dream, that's because you think there's something wrong with you.
Can we acknowledge something right now? I know what's probably happening right now because I record myself. You get in your head. You're thinking right now what Michael's saying different things. That voice right now in your head is talking to you. That's what Michael's talking about right now. That voice in your head is the blocks you from seeing what is right in front of you as possibilities. People can tell you are amazing. I can say you are amazing, you are loved. If you don't see yourself as amazing or loved, you will not hear me because you're listening to the voice in your head saying, Jesse just saying it because he want to be nice. He just saying it because it's point. He just saying it because he's trying to drop a point. And literally, it's blocking you right now as I'm saying it to you right now. That voice in your head that you think is you is not you. It's your thoughts that are repeating lessons and experiences that have impacted you throughout your life, or what people have said to you, or what you have felt due to a conflict or embarrassing moment, and so forth. It's replaying those messages back to you. Is that fair, Michael?
Yeah, that's, it's actually a science fact that your neurons become aligned in certain patterns in your brain, so you're always thinking the same things over and over again. It's like you're reliving this, well, of course, your life could be a nightmare, I don't know. But whatever you're doing, you're reliving it over and over. It's like, I'll give you an example. It's like, oh, yeah, what I need to do, what you really need to do, Michael, is you should go buy a new car. Because after all, everyone else has got a new car, and that's how you show that you're keeping up in the world, is because you get a new car like they got a new car. It's like it occurs to you, it's just natural. This is the thing that you do with your life. You can't take your car with you to heaven. You can't take it with you to the grave. So what's the purpose of this thing? It's only because you have your mind feeding you the same idea over and over. I gotta buy a car, gotta buy a dress, I gotta buy a house, I gotta buy that. How many dresses do you need? How many pairs of shoes do you need? How many cars do you need? A car is a vehicle. It's transportation. It's something to get you from one place to another. And we have it, it's who I am. If I don't have this, then I'm not good enough. So that's what I meant about compensating for something you feel about yourself that's not right. You're going to have material things to have you feel better about yourself because you feel there's something wrong, something that needs to be fixed. So I can't say enough. It's hard for, no, I won't say it that way. I'll say, if you have this conversation, we call it, I'm going to call it what it is. This is what we call a senior conversation. So I'm speaking to the part of you that's actually awake. You know that there's something that you are up to. And you also know that there's something stopping you from getting it, from doing it, or at least slowing you down. I know some of you are so proud and arrogant that you would never admit that there's something that's in the way of you achieving your goal. But I know better. As I've been around here long enough and I've talked to enough people and participated in enough things in the world to know that everyone has something that's slowing them down, holding them back, that they don't want anybody to know about, not even themselves. Not even themselves. Right? That thing is what gets addressed in the Landmark Forum. 3 days, weekend out of your life, for you to take a look at your life and then go forward free to be, free to act, free to create whatever you want to create. So I'm offering, I've just, Jesse, you know what happened today?
What's that?
I actually, let's see, now this is the truth. Nobody will believe it, but I know it because I just did it. So I built a new website today in one day. I didn't do it by myself. You know why? You know what? Yeah. You got to. It's Dr. Michael. Hold on. drmichaelleslie.net.
What are the mechanisms we can use to mitigate risks and negative results of destructive thinking?
Yeah. Wow. That's great. I'd like to know this person here.
Anthony's been coming on every week. Anthony, I love you, man. Make sure you tell everyone. Anthony's doing big things too, man. So Anthony's definitely dialed in and definitely connected, and it's an honor to have him support. I've been listening and been appreciating, and always ask great questions too, man. So,
wow, no, this is magnificent. It's not just great; it's a magnificent question.
Anthony, I see you, man. I see you.
So Anthony, this is great. Thank you so much. And so I think a good place to start. So the question is about mitigating risk and the negative results. So, okay, again, remember this is senior conversation. Okay, so first off, the first thing is to understand or to accept that life is a risk. There's no safe way to do life. If I put enough money in my bank account and I buy enough insurance and I get a Volvo that has steel around the outside, maybe I'll be safe. Okay, and none of those things. You see what's happened to the stock market, right? You see what's happened to our health or a lot of people in this country. And certainly you see the people die in car accidents every day, no matter what kind of car they drive, right? So it's so when you're talking about mitigating risk, I think I think I would invite you to another way of approaching that, which is to be out in front with your life, living your life, not worrying about the risk of living, worry about the potential of living fully. And when you're living fully your potential, if you're moving in the direction of your dreams, people will come to your aid. I mean, there's energy that wants to be with you, to help you, to support you. The Bible has underneath. The Bible has a scripture. It says, "Underneath are the everlasting arms." So you have already with you, kind of like these angels, if you would. If I could wax biblical for a minute, or spiritual at least. You have all around you a host of people that are wanting you to succeed, because you were designed to succeed. You were brought here to succeed. This is your destiny. It's your destiny. I mean, you think the Creator is going to let something get away of you achieving your destiny that the Creator created you to achieve? I mean, it's ridiculous. So rather than spending your time on, what if this, what if that, which will get you nowhere, because all of those things, there's nothing you can do about them anyway. You can go out the door today and you can get somebody who's drunk and plow into you. So there's no hope for mitigating your risk. So I'm going to leave that conversation alone. Accept risk as it's just a part of life, and go in the direction of your dream. If I could give you an answer, go in the direction of your dream. You'll be mitigating the risk. Here's a piece for you that really is. I'm going to get the second part of the question, but here's the piece that's important. When you are mitigating risk, you're actually slowing your time down. You're slowing your potential energy down, because instead of concentrating on where you're supposed to go, you're concentrating on mitigating risk. You're not moving. You're talking, when I get 100,000 in the bank, then I'll get started on what God told me to do. Give me a break. Get started now. And the money will follow. It always follows. I got money. So that conversation is on one side. What are the negative results of destructive thinking? Well, stop thinking negative thoughts. I mean, it's like, I have these negative thoughts. What should I do about it? How about thinking positive thoughts? How about thinking affirmative thoughts? For example, I can accomplish this project. I will accomplish this project. I have all the knowledge and the will and the power and the experience and the associates, the associations. I know people who know the people who can bring me to my goal. How about thinking like that rather than, well, you know, I don't know, this is going to be difficult and I don't even know if it's going to turn out, and then maybe I'll fail, and then if I fail, then people won't like me. If they don't like me, I'll die. I mean, yeah, stop saying those things. Stop thinking those thoughts. Stop creating negativity in your world through your thoughts, because that's what you generate if you think and you speak those things. Don't let it come out of your mouth. Don't speak it. Well, I don't know if I'll ever find the right person. Well, yeah, with that attitude, you probably won't. How about, today I might actually meet the person of my dreams. Today I might actually find the work that I actually enjoy doing. Today might be the day in which I have my breakthrough. Today might be the day in which I celebrate life. You know, like that. So I hope that's helpful about this negative stuff. Negative thinking has negative results. So stop thinking negatively. Stop saying negative things.
You don't understand that they bring negativity into your life because they bring in negative thoughts to the table. The same thing about the law of attraction, bringing in stuff. You put out negative energy, you bring that to you, including the people in your world is associated. That negativity becomes part of your life. You'd be amazed at how fast you disappear out of your life, and in your life. And I say to people, they had a purpose. And it depends on where you were at in that part of life. And that's a whole other conversation. But embrace the beauty of your positive direction and where you're looking to go and bring. And the actions, to your point, you're taking today to attend to that need. Let me pop a question up for you, Mike, while you transition from.
While you do that, I'm going to finish this conversation about the website. So I got up this morning. It's crazy. I got up this morning. I looked at my old website and I said, you know what? That's not who I am. That's who I was maybe 10 years ago or 5 years ago. That's not who I am now. So I said, okay, so what can I do about this? And I opened it up. This is like Richard's story. I opened it up, and it sat on the side of it. What did it say? Invite someone to help you. Invite someone to help you. Isn't that amazing? Invite someone to help you. So I clicked on it. I invited the guy. 15 minutes later, this guy's on the phone. So how can I help you? Well, you know, I said, I want this. I want it to look this way. I want it to have this view. I want it to do that. And he said, well, I can do that. And then, so here's it. He says, oh, and I said, what would this cost? Oh, there's this amount. I said, well, no, I don't think I have this amount. Well, he said, I have this other plan I can do for this amount. I said, well, yeah, all right, okay, we can work it out. So we arrived at what happened. The guy, I didn't do it. I mean, I called it forth. I claim that. The guy went to work on the thing, and he's an expert at doing this. So what it would take me a week to do, he can do in an hour, right? So I gave up this whole thing about I have to do it. I have to know everything. I have to be smart. I have to show people. And I said, there's a specialist out here who knows how to create exactly what I want, and he can do it in less than a day. Why am I holding on to this when I want to go forward? The website is up, man. It's up. It's up. And it's totally different. It's like, it allows me to be with you on the call easily to say, look, come to my website. My book is there. Come to my website. My seminar is open for registration. Come to my website. My coaching is it's all there. That wasn't there this morning. Wow. That wasn't there this morning. See, that's you. If you want a testimony to the power of God and the power of our word to create, that's it. I mean, you know, I don't have any doubt. Sorry, I got to get into this other piece of Michael Leslie. I have no doubt about my ability to create anything I want for myself or my life, and you can do the same thing. Okay, so you have many positive traits.
Before you read that question, before you answer that one, I want to. That's my baby girl right there, Jessica. She's the one helping you guys. So here's a question for you, or not a question, more a reaction too. Is somebody said we all do that. You call me on the carpet just now with regard to we think we have to go figure it out ourselves. And what I heard from that, and I want to make sure other folks heard from, I'll share what I heard from that, is that we're taking yourself further away from your superpower, your strength that you are here for. If it's music, why are you sitting on a website trying to build a website when you should be out creating new music? If it's moderating, you're going out public speaking, to your point, what I heard from you is, hey, leverage your connection, leverage your unity, and put your strength to where it's supposed to be at, and not distract it on and delaying where it should not be. I love what you said, because you're right. I'm in that same boat. So thank you. There you go, baby girl.
That was brilliant. That was brilliant what you just said. You know, that you just get yourself. Oh, here it is. Get yourself out of the way. Yes. Get your bloated nothingness out of the way, so that life can get moving. You know, I'm really so grateful. I would have been working on that thing for a long time. And it's done. It's done. You know. Okay, so here we are.
It would not have been to the caliber you wanted, and it was cheating yourself.
That's
because you would have put out.
That's right.
That does not reflect you, because you're trying to do too much, and it has counterintuitive implications. So you go ahead trying, if you're not into marketing, don't do marketing. Let the marketing person, like Captain Mulberry on last week, he mentioned the power about your resume and how it should reflect you. I am not good at doing resumes. That's an art in itself, the words and the illustration and painting your story. He did my resume, killed it. It spoke that's you. Kaplan, how the hell do you make the resume feel like me? Dude, I don't know. I just do that. Well, thank you. Do it again. Do it for Jamie. Right? And so to your point is realizing, get yourself out the way and put, Kaplan's on too. Hey, you know he's on there, Kaplan. Get yourself out the way and let other folks and their talent scream and help you. Kaplan was up to 3 a.m, Michael, working on my resume because he believed in what I saw in my vision to go. By him doing that, it empowered me to say, I need to lock into this vision and take it. Him stepping up to support me, pushed me to go past my routine pattern, to take action. That's love.
Love it in action.
Yes. How many positive?
So Kaplan, nice to see you on. I saw part of your show the last time I was here. Dynamic, powerful, unstoppable, you know, and brilliant. I mean, that's the part I like. You know, I sort of tend to like brilliance. I
got a lot of brilliant people in my work, man. I'm blessed. Here's one brilliant woman here. She's 16. She says, how have many positive traits? What would you consider to be your best trait that nobody points out?
Yeah.
You have. Sorry.
Yeah.
You
well.
Have many positive traits. What would be your best? What would you consider your best trait that no one points out?
Well, so I'm going to give you my first reaction to the question, and then maybe my brain will kick in something there. So in my world, people are always pointing out to me all of my great traits. You see, it's like I live in this environment where I would say, 99% of the time, I'm like the people I've chosen to be around me, and the people that I listen to, and they're always telling me good things about me. That's what keeps me, on top of the world, stimulated, wanting to do stuff, right? Like, Rich and I are going down to, Mexico in June. Richard's can you imagine? Richard's relocating to another country. I lived in Mexico for 7 or 8 years myself, so I know it's possible. My father lived in Mexico for 20 years, so we know it's possible, right? So, but this thing about creating around you, I got to get this out. Creating around you the people that will actually source you in what you're doing. They're not going to have a negative conversation with. If they're having a negative conversation, get them out of your life, and surround yourself with people who support and honor what you're up to. So let me see if I can, now my brain might sort of be able to deal with this question. Something that nobody points out. That's best trait that nobody points out. I'm sorry. My best traits, people always salute me on them. Michael, you're a great writer. You're a great editor. You're a great speaker. You have energy. You have vitality. That's my conversational environment. So I don't know how to answer this question. I'm struggling with it.
Michael? Tap into it a little bit. I'm gonna challenge it a little bit. Something that
go ahead.
Your internal voice is just getting personal. The internal
I love
voice
it.
is blocking you that you know is your power and your strength, but you still are in conflict.
No, that's closer. Yeah. I think okay, good. That actually works. So I'm a lover, right? So in our society, what I've come to know is that perfect. Now I got the question. Thank you, Mr. Rhodes. Thank you. So in my society, this is it. You got it. So in our society, people, the normal pattern for human relationships is that you're supposed to have one man and one woman, and you're supposed to get this little house with a picket fence around it, and you're supposed to abandon all others till you die, which you surely will die. I'm polyamorous. So I love women, I love men. I don't want my life restricted to one for all of my life, right? The world has 7.8 billion people on it. How come you're going to have to have one of those people for your whole lifetime? I think that's been a challenge, because most people, our society, Western society, has this agreement about how you're supposed to relate to other people or not, and who you're supposed to sleep with or not, who you're supposed to love or not, how long you're supposed to live it. People have relationships for a reason. Sometimes it's to bring children into the world and educate them. And then when you're done with that, then what? Are you supposed to pretend that you're still doing the same thing? Or you might have it's about building your business. And so you get the business built, and then it's time to move on to another relationship. Then what? And so if you're carrying this, or for a lot of people, it's like, I'm 22 or 23 or whatever age you are, and I'm not married yet. Emergency! I don't know what's going to happen to me. Well, maybe you're supposed to get married when you're 50 or 40, and you still have other work to do that's more important. One of the people on this call, I just happen to know because I've been watching you at a distance. An artist. Think of an artist, someone who creates. You're not going to have the run-of-the-mill relationships with people in your life. They don't even understand what you're trying to do, let alone who you are, right? So you have to give yourself I have had, to the question, my best trait is that I'm open and available to love. Wherever I go, whoever I'm with. I don't have those restrictions on how I need to be in the world. Look, if you don't like me, the 7.8 billion other people on the planet, I think I'll survive. I really do. I think I'll survive. Now, if you love me, someone wrote that love. I think it was Khalil Gibran. He wrote in The Prophet that if you love something, you'll let it go. See, love is not chaining people. Keep them in the basement with a chain. Don't go out unless I go with you. Don't talk to other people unless I know who they are. What is that? Right? That's slavery. Right? That's not. I think it's more than it's actually not honoring freedom in the other person to be and to act. Why can't we all be exactly who we want to be? Why does it have to conform to some pattern that someone created for us to live our lives? Now, if you want examples of that, there's many. There are people on this earth who actually live in polyamorous relationships. Right? They have more than one partner. Yeah, I know those weird people. We look down upon them, but it does happen. So I think that kind of gets closer to the question. I think not my best trait.
I got more able to line up. So what can you do to live your life without respect? Yeah.
I love it. So you know what you do if you every day when you wake up, and going back to source now. So if you live every day you wake up, if you do what is there for you to do, you'll never have any regrets.
So true.
You know, it says like, well, go out and I'm on my way to California. Oh, this is fun. This will be fun for you guys. So, you know, coronavirus, and you're gonna get sick, and put on your mask, you're gonna die. I'm going to California, coronavirus or not. I'm gonna get on a plane. I'm gonna go see my sister. I'm gonna go see my brothers. I'm gonna go see my lover. I'm gonna go see everybody I want to see and be with. And I won't have a conversation called, oh, I didn't get to see them. It's too bad they died.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see them. And you know what? If you, for those of you who are worried about me, first off, don't worry. And then some of you don't give, you couldn't care less. But my point is, look, I won't be going, oh, I wish I had seen them. I wish I had done what I was being called to do. That's where the regrets are, because you're not living your life right now with what's in front of you to do. It's very simple. Do what's in front of you to do. What's God's calling you to do. If you don't like God, the universe is calling you to do, the Creator's calling you to do. You know what that is?
Wow.
Do that and you won't have any regrets.
I love it. You probably got to live like not by default. It's so true, man. Michael, when you share that just now, I know personally a few folks directly resonate, and myself included. By living by decision opens a lot. And I'm going to play on the travel part because that actually relates to me. But I want folks to get the impression that we're saying hop on a plane and live your life. We're just saying don't make decisions. Don't let things stop you for what's happening for you developing. My baby girl, hope she mind me sharing it, because she's on here listening too. She made a decision to be present and be home with me in Seattle. And so proud that she came. Did so much for herself, so much for myself, and so much for her mom. Powerful trip. And on top of that, I decided I didn't want to let her go. So I went back with her because I was tapped into something that was powerful, pulling me too. That was love. I ain't know yet. I leaned into it and I flew and I met someone and fell madly in love. Never had that. That's so deep. So deep. So welcome. And I say that when you live by decisions, it's so powerful. And it's often way more than you expect. And so thank you for sharing that, Michael, because I can totally resonate. You heard what he said, right? And how you made the decision to come here and be home in Seattle, how impactful that was for you and me and for your mom. Right?
Yeah.
Beautiful. And I was saying how much impact I didn't want you to go. And I came back with you to Philadelphia. And what I didn't know, I was tapped into. I was leaning in. I felt love, Jessica.
You had two parts of love pulling you over to Philly.
Yes. And the power for me being able to tell my baby girl how important that is, that I was locked away for so long, is amazing. So.
Hi.
Yeah. Don't let me cry 3 times now, Jessica. You already got me twice.
No, I'm not going to. No, I have to keep them for separate occasions.
Don't worry. If anyone missed the earlier session, it's okay. It is literally live on my site for 24 hours. It's actually the last 2 was already should be already showing up. So that's the cool thing. And then I'll take them down as podcasts later. I might take Michael's advice and get some help in that department. So you guys have any referrals to help me get a lot of this content out faster, I really appreciate it, because it's been a challenge. I love it. Get a chance to replay it, but it's a lot of time, and I want to get back to you guys. I posted Captain Mulberry pieces around you're down on PCP, post Chroma Pivot, and I posted Jamie big time about being just literally broke us down how you go from a concept from your mind, third eye, open up to you. It literally took us on this journey down to creation in a very artsy way. So beautiful. So those are on my IGTV for the viewing, and I'm gonna keep posting content from each speech, each podcast that we produce here. So you did not really miss it. It's great to be live. That way you can ask Q&A questions. It can be part of the experience, be present to it now. But it's still going to touch your soul if for those who haven't done too. So I'm loving it, and I wanted to take a chance. Hopefully Cat was dressed. Yeah, people want you to reconnect, Michael, so you can't go like, yes! It's working, see? Yo, Cat, will tell him the impact, man. Tell him the impact this thing is having on us. Tell him the impact,
all great, man. Good times, great conversation, social distancing.
I like
Just
your
came on.
class, man. That's brand new. Something about it, man.
We all heroes.
Yes.
We got to stay on our hero game.
Yeah.
So, live life by decision, not by fault. Great conversation.
We'll keep it going.
Great
baby, right?
So keep it going. So I just wanted to tap
man.
in and say, keep it going. You're a hero.
It's powerful, man. This has been crazy. This has been one of the craziest sessions so far of our connectivity and the energy. And I've never seen this thing act so strange based on the power of the conversation. I know they're watching and listening.
Yeah. Keep it up, brother.
Keep going. Let people be heard, man.
Keep it up.
Keep it going. All right, I'm going to put them up there real quick. I'm going to put them back
all
up.
Right, all right, brother.
Man.
Love you too, brother.
Catlin, tell them who you are real fast. That way you know who you're talking to. I keep forgetting folks. I know who you are. They don't know. Tell them who you are real quick.
I'm Kaplan Mowbray. I'm an award-winning author, motivational speaker, career consultant, and I'm here to change your life.
Woo!
I'm out.
All right, man. Guys, it's insane. It's insane. It's insane. Angels all around me. Y'all angels. Y'all ain't catch that hint yet. I'm just going to tell y'all all angels. And we lift each other and continue to climb together, continue to pull each other together. We are one community, group, universe. We're all one. So if you didn't get, Michael's on. You didn't get what Michael's inference was earlier. I gave him the inference. Like I said, we are all one. We all angels support each other in our growth. If they didn't get that innuendo earlier, I just put it out there. So I'm glad you back, man. Again, nothing happened by mistake.
Yeah.
Nothing happened by mistake. Keep going, Michael.
Well, no. I'm going to make a request.
Yes.
Why don't we try? I'm going to invite you guys to do this. What we're doing on Zoom, and there's a couple reasons. One of them, we got a lot more stability in terms of the video and the audio. And secondly, you have more options of displaying what you're working with. For example, you can pull up a painting, or you can pull up a drawing, or you can pull up a website, or whatever. We can share the stuff that's that we're dealing with in our lives, beyond the visual of our faces and our voices. So I know it's a different environment, but maybe we could. What it would be interesting, I think, is we could have kind of a rotating sort of place where we're doing this conversation, on different platforms, and kind of experimenting with the technology and what it can do, and what the possibilities might be.
Hey, here's my philosophy.
So I wanted to put that in there.
Here's my philosophy. Yeah. Here you go. We will create the possibility. I am actively, one of the phone calls that came earlier was Veronica Very, power, energetic house in my life, like you are, and like Rick are, is helping me build that platform that you're referring to that would be agnostic to Instagram and Facebook. So that is a will happen. And folks, text life 44 to 55678. That's probably my best way to inform folks when that goes live, including obviously my Instagram page. Yes, the answer is yes. And I'm doing
good.
This show is booked out to end of June and climbing. We're not stopping. And so to your point, I want to make sure that we let the power of our voice be heard.
Yes. We can have those. The other thing I like. Thank you for affirming that that's coming.
Yes.
Coming attractions. With the kind of microphones that are available now, I have one of those that, but I can't plug it into this. You see, so we could actually get all of that voice quality and intonation and the resonance and all of that, plus the visual. Extraordinary visuals.
Kaplan,
I know you guys.
Kaplan's
yeah,
help
go
with
ahead.
that too.
Go ahead.
I told Kaplan I need some. He got some good connects. Gonna help me with that.
Good.
Yes, because again, I'm not gonna try to recreate myself.
So,
and
yeah, don't. And I heard your plea for those of you on the call. I heard Jesse's plea for someone to help him step up. To the marketing and the visual, the PR portion of this, the posters, the flyers, all of those things. There's people who, Jesse launched this, great, and there's people out there. Well, that's what they do for a living. Yes. They do that with their eyes closed. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So we could bring this together, all of this energy together, which is what we're doing, into a community and launch a platform that is stellar, right? And that accomplishes the mission. And I've heard this when I tuned in earlier. I heard someone talking about this young man who was shot and killed in Georgia, yes. Right? So we should be able to bring that in. Yes. That's easy, and so we can launch conversations from that and then come back to this. And so not so much the talking head, but it's kind of the sharing life.
Yes.
Anyway, you answered the question. You've answered the question.
Spot on, as always. Yes.
Okay.
That you read my mind. You read my mind. Yeah, man.
So where are we? Where are we in the conversation? I'm not.
That's not the question.
Not so sure.
I will honor her statement by saying just for you, so I won't post it. But let me. But if you decide to change your mind, I don't mind sharing with the world, girl. I don't mind sharing with the world. So you let me know. But here's my sister, Karen. Positive thinking can create false reality. Agree?
Well, what I'm talking about, thank you.
That's Karen, my sister.
Karen, thank you. So Karen, I'm not talking about positive thinking.
Exactly.
I don't believe in positive thinking, right? That's not what I'm speaking about at all.
Yeah,
I'm saying that you create. Yeah, you create what it is you're going towards. In other words, you create a context in which you're living your life. So that context might sound like this. I will be it might sound like this. Okay, I will have my own company when I'm 35 or 40. I don't know what age you guys are. And your whole life is lived in the context of that happening. That's not positive thinking. That's direction. That's goal. That's organization. That's the kind of people you'll be talking to, because you'll have to talk. Just think, if you're living your life in the context of you're having your own company, and maybe, of course, you would associate some amount of money with it. It might be like $10 million company or $5 million or $100 million. I don't know what you're after, right? So if you have that goal of $100 million company, well, obviously you're going to have to go to business school, right? Or you're going to have to hire people who've been to business school, or you're going to have to be an accountant or hire people who've been accountant. You have to associate with people who know something about marketing. They'll have to know about public relations. They have to know about advertising. They have to know about investment. They have to know. So it sort of sets the course for who you're going to have in your life and what you're going to be doing. You probably have to save some money so you can finance something like getting a site done in 8 hours. I mean, if people can do that stuff, right? So this is not positive thinking. It's direction, it's decision, it's choice, it's grounding yourself in the way that you want your life to go. That's what that is. Positive thinking is I didn't even know it. I can't even remember. Like, oh, everything's going to turn out fine. No, that would be positive thinking. Everything's going to turn out fine. It's going to be easy, and I'll get there in 1 year. That's positive thinking. That's probably delusional thinking, right? But that has nothing to do with setting a course for your life and being totally committed to it and making it happen. I'm glad you got, right? Yeah. Being committed to it.
We got women.
I'm done.
Before kick this over again. I'm not surprised and continuous. I'm down to keep going, Michael. I'm not letting they shut the game.
Well, when
I don't like your time. We go longer. But keep me honest on your. Is it late? I don't want to keep you longer, but the guy was.
Yeah, I think we've done enough for the night. I don't see any hands up, so I think we're good. I just want to say that again, thank you, Jesse. Thank you for this opportunity to be fully self-expressed. This is great, and to listen to the questions. Like, yeah, those are the questions that human being ask those questions, right? We're all that's all of us. And I want you to know that whatever you want for yourself in your life is available out of your participation in the Landmark Forum. Do it. Take it on. And come visit me at drmichaelleslie.net. We can talk some more and, do whatever.
We got more to come.
Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do.
Love y'all.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, this is Mr. Rose. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to come back every week for new podcast content. Special thanks to my daughter and her team and all their hard work putting this content together. Be engaged. Be aware. Be ready. Be heard. Thank you.